and it's been a little while since I've done the original live streams with the the computer, and I've always wanted to do one of these phone lives, and I'm glad I have a chance to do it now. So basically, what happened was before I get to that, many of you could be watching from around the world in different places, and I appreciate that. And this was a surprise live. It wasn't something that was scheduled. So as you can see behind me, it's very cloudy, and also, the situation was there's been a lot of bad weather coming through, and Thursday and Friday it was pretty bad, and it messed with different things. And welcome everybody that's here. I'm glad to have you here. And also, so that's why those streams didn't happen. And today there was, hello Mary, good to see you. Today there was a lot of rain, and I think it was sunny for a little while and it became rainy. I don't know if I quite remember. And also, and I see you said hello Mary, nice to see you. And also, so she says I have some things to take care of. Yeah, I'm just telling everybody that basically that there was a lot of bad weather that came through, and that's why I didn't do the original lives, which I'd said that in the posts. And basically, it's good to finally get to do these phone lives. And hello Way of the Road, good to see you. It's these chats, I'm trying to see live chat messages. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Hello Way of the Road, good to see you. I hope you had a good weekend, and now we are getting into the weekend. And also, so shout out the Way of the Road, good to see you. And also, Mary says terrible weather almost the whole day. Yeah, because I don't know, I know today was very bad weather. I know that for sure. I know that at some point, I thought I saw some sun at some point. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of things. And also, Way of the Road says, great weekend, man. Hope you did too as well. I had a great weekend. I enjoyed time chatting with my friends and stuff in different chat rooms, and I enjoyed doing some more content. And I put out some new things about the sound effects and stuff, and I'm working on different projects. The plants really like the weather because of the rain, but it's hard for all of us, say, going outside in the slush and different things like that. It makes things tedious. Now, I do like, when you're able to sit inside when it's rainy and get some nice tea and just relax and nice and stormy. That's really cool. So that was, a pretty cool part of it. And also, hello Denisha and Cyberchick. I want to see everybody in this town chat. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna read some of y'all's chats that are talking to me. Hello Cyberchick. Hi Alien Mary. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. That's really cool. That's the day today. Hello Denisha. Good to see you. I'm just chatting and chilling. And yeah, so basically, it's nice getting some tea and things like that, and just hanging out inside and looking at different music and things. I like the music that's all kinds of different music, and also I like the piano music and some dark stuff during the dark weather, because I like the scary stuff. Yeah, so the weather was really, Mary's gonna be outside shortly to see the cats and things. Yeah, so basically what happened was there was a moment of sun. So Mary confirmed there was a moment of sun, and then it got bad again. It's not raining tonight like yesterday. There was some activity going on and with some commotion outside, and I didn't do the live like I was going to, but I was not too sure about it. And Friday got caught up with some things, so here I am. And I don't really recall exactly what those other streams are going to be about, but just basically some new stuff. And with I was watching some of the trials. The Crumbly was found guilty on all counts, and because his son did the horrible things. and they didn't stop it. So yeah, that was going on. And also there was, different news things that were going on, like that. Well, Mary kind of distracted me for a moment, but that's okay, no big deal. Mary, you're not going to be on camera. The camera's facing me. I would have to press a button right there to flip the camera back. Yeah, shout out to Denisha, Trial Chat Buddy. And also, it's unfortunate about where they don't have the mods anymore, or Addie, which is unfortunate. I disagree with that completely. She and the other mods did excellent. Addie was the director of it. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. But everybody's upset about that. And also, but besides that, it was good to see that the person was found guilty, Crumbly's father. Hello, Amanda. Good to see you, as always. And yeah, and Amanda says, hi, hey, alien, happy to see you. Yes, nice to see you too. Nice to see all of you. I'm glad that y'all are here to say hello during this special, the first stream. And I actually, on Thursday, I tested it out. And basically what happened was, with the stream was like, it was really windy, it was really cool. And also, I tested the different buttons and things like that. So that was nice to do. And here we are. Also, we have Denisha. She says, which is true, that Addie said that she's at peace with not working at Law and Crime, not working anymore. Yes, that's true. She did say that. I know. I saw her video about it. But still, I do think that it was nice having her there and everything. And the chat, it definitely is not at peace with it. But yes, I understand that. Thank you for clarifying that. Denisha and I knew about that. And Way of the Road said Anthony McQuaid should be the new mod at Law and Crime. Anthony McQuaid's an excellent mod. Shout out to him. He always did very good with, does good with modding and stuff like that. And also, I'm reading what y'all are saying. And Mary says, man, it's okay. Hope you're well. And hi, Mary. Hope you're having a nice evening. And also, Way of the Road, nice to see you too. And Way of the Road, they are acting. Yeah, Denisha said a great point. She says, Way of the Road, they're acting ridiculous. They kept the newest guy and all the an older person that's been there forever and a day. Exactly. I remember that. And then, when Denisha and I were in chat, they were, whoever it was, we don't know who it was exactly, were going in and zapping people's comments. Middle Ground was saying some things, and some people were saying some stuff, and it was just ridiculous. The mods did excellent at keeping out trolls and things, and so what happened was somebody bought out somebody, and that's when they went and took the other ones out. And everybody's not happy with it. You probably have a few trolls in there, from what I saw, that didn't like the mods, but we all like the mods and Eddie. And also, but that's good that Addie's at peace about it. And I hope everybody's well, and it's good to see everybody's well and having a good weekend. And with St. Patrick's Day, that's really cool. And also, then Denisha answered the question. She said, Morgan and Kathy were zapping comments. Okay, thanks, Denisha. And she's leaving the live stream. She's going to be stepping outside. She's not going to be on video. She's in that direction. Mary would be in that direction. I'm over in this direction, facing like that. That's a palm tree right there, and that's some other tree in the garden. Some parts of the garden are back there. Yeah. So it's a big mess. And also, there's going to be people that are going to replace the mods and stuff like that. There's going to be a new director, new mods, which everybody's going to be triggered about. Everybody's going to be triggered about. I talk slowly. All right. And Denisha says, what are we looking at for outside? Oh, in particular, outside, there's a garden out here. It wasn't really anything particular we were looking at, but I'll tell you all what you're looking at on the screen behind me if you haven't heard. So that's like a tree behind me, and then there's like a palm tree. It's all very like ambient looking because the area is kind of there's a light right in front of me. Side, we're not taking this as a literal thing. That yeah, we're just kind of not necessarily looking for anything. But basically behind me there's like some trees and stuff, and yeah, so it's nice it's St. Patrick's Day and I have a lot of different clovers, all kinds of clovers, and there's also water clovers that are always usually 4-leaf clovers all the time. So there's like when I was a kid I would see all these 4-leaf clovers all over the ground, and then it's like I see that it's a type of water clover. And then the other 4-leaf clovers are the regular 3-leaf clovers, and there would technically be 4-leaf clovers in there somewhere. So that's the situation with that. Seeing the chat saying, yeah. So basically, and with St. Patrick's Day, it was he brought Christianity to Ireland because they were pagan, and they believed in some pagan stuff, and then they were brought into Christianity. The Catholic Church came there like they went everywhere and spread Christianity, and then St. Patrick was the one that brought it there, and he apparently drove all the snakes out of Ireland. And also basically that's good to celebrate his day. And you have leprechauns, which I talked about that in another stream. I'm about to get to you in a moment. Way of the Road, there's this other stream where oh yeah, I got a little bit distracted for a second, but there's this other stream where I talked about the leprechauns, and there's these little leprechauns that were these interdimensional beings. They're similar to like a demonic type being, given if you believe that they are real, and they were there to deceive and trick people. And they're very short and small. But that's another thing that's celebrated during St. Patrick's Day, and because it's an Irish thing. And Way of the Road said some things. He said, "Alien spaceship, I don't know if you watch." Or my dog just laid her head on my keyboard and pressed enter. Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, with my cat today, Bubbles got a little bit sick, but he's okay, and he keeps talking, and I've been giving him, I've been petting him, giving him attention and stuff like that, and it was really nice to spend time with the cat as usual. And it was sometimes likes to bite my leg a little bit, and he was talking a lot today, and it was interesting, and I was watching some different documentaries and stuff like that, so that was interesting. And Way of the Road says, "Alien, I don't know if you watch PD." I may butcher this, but I'm gonna do my best. Anello, rather, but he just released an episode yesterday on Cage in Louisiana. Pretty cool. Well, thank you. I snapshotted that, and I'll go look at it. Thank you for telling us, Way of the Road. And Amanda says, "Oh no, poor Bubbles." Yeah, poor Bubbles. Shout out to Bubbles. And he threw up a little bit, and he was making some meowing noises, like he wasn't feeling too good. I'm like, "Oh no!" And then he did it. Yeah, thanks. So shout out to PD, a cool channel. I'll definitely check them out. Y'all check them out too. I love Louisiana food's very good. And also, basically, Amanda, you would like this scarf. It's a Slytherin scarf from Harry Potter. And yeah, shout out to Bubbles. Now, this specific color, it reminds me of like the depictions of Merlin. And like when some of the shorts I did, and I'll still do about him, is like he was wearing green, and this kind of reminds me of the green he wore in the cartoon, like the paintings of him, of the character. And thank you, Cyber Chick, thank you. And also Way of the Road, that sounds awesome. I have to watch that. Yeah, facts. YouTube's such a great place to like see different videos and stuff like that. It's really cool how we're able to do that. And also, basically, that there's a leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. There's going to be a pot of gold. And thanks, Amanda. Thank you. And there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And but every time you go towards the rainbow, you don't see this individual leprechaun. Sort of like they had the jinn and stuff, then an Arabian in the Middle East, like the genie that would give you wishes and things like that, trying to trick people into lustful greed and stuff like that. So that's what the leprechauns. It's very similar to the other, folk tales that have meanings to them, just story wise, and also with us with our tinfoil hats on. I have the black one on, the black tinfoil hat on right now. Basically, that if they were real, they're some kind of a shape-shifting demonic thing. And also, Denisha said her granddaughter's a Slytherin. Well, shout out to her, your granddaughter. Awesome. And also, it's a very cool. And also around here in this yard, we have, not at this moment, but we do have snakes sometimes that come through these these certain snakes that are like these gray snakes, kind of longish gray snakes. So yeah, this is the perfect yard for that. And also, the grass is getting green. It's raining a lot, because last time you all heard about how we had issues with the rain. Now it's raining all the time, and the grass is getting green, and spring's coming. I just cut the grass yesterday. It was getting really, really high. It was like a jungle. And we would need, as a joke, Agent Orange to stop it. Amanda would know about the Agent Orange from the stream I did about that. And let's see. Cyber said, Alien, how close are you to the water? All these trees bloomed this weekend. Well, that's great. Yeah. The spring's here, and spring storms are here. So, to answer your question, how close I am to the water? Very, very good question. And way of the road before I get to that, we have been getting a lot of rain and wind, too. Okay. Yes. So, basically, I'm surrounded by water right now. So there's all kinds of, first of all, canals that are all over the city that have water that go through them to relax the storm surges and stuff and different things also. And let's see, right over that way is where Lafitte is, where the pirates and stuff were at, way down there. And the Mississippi River is, I'm right by the Mississippi River that goes through New Orleans from up north. And also, I am up there. In that direction, there's something called Lake Pontchartrain. I'm not far from it at all. And where they had one of the longest, it should be the longest bridge in the world, but it's not technically the longest bridge in the world, because people, I think in Japan or somewhere, they built, they made a curve in a bridge, and they made it bigger than that one. But it's the longest bridge in the world, the Twin Span, I believe it's called. And also, it's a big, long body of water. I used to go there to go to the doctor, and I would see the sea. It was just crazy. It's it's really intense to go across that bridge. And so I'm right over there, right over that way. There's distance-wise, I don't quite recall, but when Mary comes back in the chat, she could say exact distance if she knows. But yeah, it's very close to me, is the Lake Pontchartrain. Down over there is where you have the swamps and stuff. And over in the city, you have the Mississippi River that passes through, and over that way, so that direction, that way, all surrounding this area that way, you have the Gulf of Mexico. So I'm surrounded all over by water, all over. But there's no alligators in this part. There's crawfish that come out here, in the ground. I haven't seen them in a while, but in the back, where all that darkness is, there's maybe, I don't really know for sure, but happy St. Patrick's Day, Rulia. Good to see you. Basically, you have these crawfish that some people call them crawdaddies or crayfish. And the crawfish, they'll come out and they'll make these little, volcanoes. And it's the crawfish mound, and they'll come out, and I have some pictures of them. They come out in the yard, and they'll just walk around like cats and dogs. They just like to come and chill. So basically, with the crawfish, they're not red. because they're not cooked. And basically what the crawfish do is I don't like eat them, but I could if I wanted to, I hypothetically, but they just like would walk around, and I would, take pictures of them and stuff. I have not seen them in a while, but they're in the back, because in the back, when I was a kid, I used to there's a hole back there that kind of happened when I pulled some weeds and stuff by a worn out old cypress tree. And then like I kept digging and digging, and I found different things underground, like pieces of plugs and stuff from a long, long time ago. Thank you, Delia. Thank you. And also, so I would find these artifacts. There would be these sentimental layers of different things from different time periods, and then I would dig up clay and put them in buckets, and because clay could be used for different things, so I mined clay with my little pickaxe and stuff when I was a kid, and I liked hanging out back there. So basically, in that ditch now, sometimes it fills up with water, and there's like a cage over it, like something you'd use for a fence, and so it's on top of it so no one falls into it, because you could really hurt yourself if you fall into a 2-foot hole or a 3-foot hole. You could hurt yourself. And then what happened was sometimes it fills up with water, and yeah, there's a lot of crawfish in there. It's filled sometimes, and you can see little mounds and things, and I've not been over there in a long time to check it, but so that's basically, they're so close to the canals and the water bodies that they come through here, and they just dig all the way like moles. They just dig from where they are from the water, and then they come up, and there they are. So that is where you have, the crawfish. And the color of the crawfish is like brown, purplish, maybe some reddish. They look very dark, very dark. And also we have, Amanda says, that sounds like so much fun as a kid, Alien. Yes. And also with the situation with these different, things in the back. So they come from the back, and they come through here, and I've not seen them in this part where I am right now. They're usually more farther back. One time when I was digging in there, I saw this gray-looking shrimp thing, and it had really long legs. I don't know what it was. It could have been a stick bug, or it could have been some type of crawfish thing. I'm not too sure, but it looked like a shrimp thing. I could have taken a picture of it with my iPod. I probably didn't have it on me. And and also over there, just like right that way, over there. Since Mary's around, she didn't really want to be on camera, so I'm not going to go over there right now, but there's this bench swing, and I'll say, Delia, good to see you, welcome to chat, and you'll learn, in my opinion, you will learn quite a bit of things watching the streams and stuff, and yeah, interview Mary. And also, so basically, as I was saying, I'll get to y'all's chats in a moment. So basically, the swing, I used to sit on. Hello, Casimirio, good to see you. So basically, on the swing, I would sit there as a kid, and I used to go back and forth on the swing and do my thing. And as a kid, I did it, and as an adult, as a teenager, then as I grew up, I still did it when I moved back down here. Hi, everyone heading home from work. And also, speaking of 314, getting off topic a little bit, but 314, perfect circle. And it's also a godly number, because that's one of God's number. 314, a perfect circle, because God is perfect. 314 is the symbolism of God's, yes. Pi, yes. It was Pi Day recently, and very interesting. And speaking of pies, New Orleans has a lot of cool pies. And so back to the swing story, and I would listen to my music on my iPod over there, and I would get the internet would pick up the signal, and I would listen to different music and different things of rap or metal. I listen to a lot of metal, rock stuff mostly, and I like listening to some of the more well-known rappers. in conjunction with that, just many different things. I listen to Irish music. I listen to like pretty much everything, classical music, the Gothic type music, everything. But there's a point where I listen to a lot of like Viking metal. I'm related to the Scandinavians, and I like looking at that, different things, and the Scandinavian, like the mythology and stuff. That was very interesting. There's a time in my high school I was very interested in like looking at the different music and stuff that had to do with that and researching it. And also, so I dug holes, and I was also on the swing to listening and learning stuff, and I liked looking at Russian music and like the things of Russian culture and German and stuff, the different European cultures and other places too. And yes, Aurelia, we do like this a lot of the same music. I remember talking before about it. Yes. Yes. And I listen to all kinds of different genres. I was influenced a lot by the different groups I encountered also around here and also over at my school. I like my heritage, different things I'm related to. So yeah, that was pretty cool too. And I liked how in certain, different music they'll teach different moral lessons and stuff. I never listened to junk or things that had no meaning to it. I always listen to something that had meaning to it, but sometimes I like listening to experimental stuff and different things. My channel is a lot about music. That's when I did the different sound effects and stuff. Before, when it was called Hansel Cat, I did like gaming and things, and I still do the gaming through the live streams. Those games are like Mario and stuff like that. So I've never seen a crab in the yard, obviously, because that's something in the water. When my grandpa and I would go fishing, we would encounter a crab. I remember one time there was this crab, and we were fishing in an area, and this crab was just slowly floating around in slow motion. It slowly went to the hook, and it grabbed the hook, and then we caught it, and I think we went and re-released the crab. But the fish, we ate the fish. Yeah, that was very good one time, yeah. That was another incident with Benny, my grandpa's friend, a long time ago, and he had this dock and everything, and I went in the boat. It was pretty cool. So the fishing was fun, but the crabs, yeah. And the crabs here are blue and different colors, and only when these crabs or things are boiled, that's when they turn red. And a lot of my neighbors still will make gumbo and stuff, and that was pretty cool. One of my neighbors right over here, that house right there, they moved away because they're a little bit older, and they went with their family in Texas, but they made very good food, so that was really cool. And yeah, the oysters are very good, yes. Now, I know some people don't eat shellfish because they're unclean. Different religions don't eat them, but like, which is understandable. They are bottom feeders, but over here, when they came here, that's all they had to eat, and they were able to cook it and prepare it where it was okay. It didn't kill them or hurt them, because a lot of times people didn't have stuff where they were able to preserve different things, but down here, that's the only thing you had here. So yeah, the oysters are very good. Train, I love the train. So the oysters are really good, and Draco's is very good with oysters. And the Vietnamese people make very good food. Also, they make great charcoaled oysters. Casimiro, are they clean their oysters? Yes, the oysters here are clean and fine. And basically with oysters, they, obviously, New Orleans is known for having excellent food. People come over to eat them. So yes, they're clean. Now, as I said, could there be incidences where something's wrong or something? Hypothetically, something could happen, but no, everything's clean to eat here. That's in the restaurants. And Way of the Road said there's a ton of B vitamins in the oysters. They have the most out of any food. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Way of the Road, for clarifying that. And Cyber Chick says gumbo stew, yum. Rulia says my family and I eat shellfish, pork mostly. Well, that's great. That's great. Very good food. The Asian pork is very good. I remember, because there's a lot of people in this part where I am specifically, where they came from Vietnam when the communists took over, and they were evacuating and coming over here. And when the fall of Saigon happened, and I liked very good pork from them. And you see right behind me, right there, that is the palm tree. And there's a house that's all in the darkness, a lot of ambience. So basically, with the pork and stuff, very good. And they have them on these like pieces of wood, like I think it's called a shish kebab, something like that. And so Asians have a lot of good food with that. And also we have a lot of good crawfish. I remember one time, I think I've told this before, but it's always like to talk about it. So it was my birthday one time, and my friends we're going somewhere and playing basketball somewhere in the area, and then I knew my friend's mom right over there was going to cook some. She was going to. It was some music playing, so I muted it. So basically, my friend's mom was cooking some crawfish, not crawfish, but crabs, my birthday, and I wanted to go and eat them. So when we're out, I told them I want to go back in early, go back home early when I was with them. And they're like, okay, you could go home. And so I went there and I got to eat a lot of the crabs. And my friend came back and he was just like, this is why you want to come home so early. So that was a lot of fun times. And it's cool down here. People go fishing, they catch crabs, they do different things. They'll prepare their own food. A lot of people know how to cook different things, and there's all kinds of different food here. So that is really cool about the food. So the crawfish, it's cool that they just walk around the yard. Not all the time. I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but I've not really been looking for them either. But yeah, that's pretty cool that the crawfish come from all the way from the canals and the water bodies and different things. Yeah, and so basically, sometimes with the swing, not the with the swing, sometimes the swing would break because it would from wear and tear, and then when it would break, I would go and my grandpa and I would repair it, and then it worked well. And then what I did was I added a different type of mechanism to the top parts of the swing because there would be this hook, this eye hook thing, and it would wear and tear. So I'm thinking when I was on the playground playing on the swings and stuff, there's a certain type of thing that holds them up. So basically what I did was I got the playground type swing thing and put them on the swing. That way it wouldn't keep breaking. But the swing itself had some wear and tear issues. It was kind of old. And then what happened when Hurricane Ida came through, a giant tree fell on the swing set in that part of the yard, and then it's just kind of, so the swing would need to be reconstructed completely. So that was some fun things from when I was a kid coming up and a teenager. I liked doing, but then later on I did some more things with YouTube. I went back to my YouTube channel and started doing more stuff with that. And here we are. And also, Way of the Road says, I'm just now finding out that clams and oysters are different, and I think my entire life has been a lie. Well, you had to find out at some point. I mean, my life was a lie too when I didn't know that at the time. And I'm glad it's made clear to me in chat that they're not the same thing. Oh, speaking of clams, I got a clam story. So there's a lot of rocks and stuff that came in the mud here, and also a lot of things in general. Like there's different land fillings in different spots. Like over there's a lot of seashells. If you dig in the ground here, you will find a lot of oyster shells and different things like that. So basically what happens is when you find these different things in the ground, the reason why they did that was there's a lot of fillings in the ground, and then, because back this used to be a swamp, so they got all kinds of coffee grinds and different things like that. And with the coffee grinds and stuff, they would go and fill it up because to help the swamp situation. And one of the things they used was oysters, and they used oyster shells, and they used clam shells. And I could clearly see they had these situations where they had these shells, and the clam shells are very small and white looking. And then what you had was you would have these bigger shells, which the clam shells are very different looking. Right. And also, you see, right. And so basically, in the chat, what we're going to do is we're going to, talk with lower capital letters and stuff, and we're just going to have a civilized conversation. People could talk about what they want. It has to do with on topic. And also, so basically, as I was saying, was thank you, Way of the Road. So basically, as I was saying, with the ground, it was originally a swamp, a very swampy terrain. They used coffee grinds, and they used shells from different, clams and shells and different things to fill up the ground. It also used to be a swamp. It used to be different things here. So so I would see oyster shells and clam shells, and I saw they're entirely different. And also, pearls come from these things, and that's a very valuable mineral. You have like pearls on a necklace, so that's pretty cool that you have that. Best Way of the Road. It's mind-blowing stuff. And so basically, I know it is mind-blowing. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, they were doing things with, like, everybody had to pay a certain amount of money to make no pun intended, they had the road, to pave the road and make it into gravel, because before they had that, it was dirt road. So then they made it into a regular road a long time ago. And Cyber says something. Cyber Chick says, also you can put crushed eggshells in your gardens. Yeah, yeah. I'll get to that in a moment. And Way of the Road says you can make some good powder with them too. Way of the Road says to use for whatever shakes mix with food. Oh yeah, absolutely. I love eggs. And also, as I was saying, that with the eggshells, so with the peppers, I put eggshells in the peppers, in the pepper area, and the different other plants I was growing to give them fertilizer. That's a good fertilizer. And also chicken manure is also good too. So that's true. Correct. And they can help fertilize the garden. Yes, that's true. Eggs are very healthy, and they have a lot of uses. God made some really amazing plants. And also, I could still talk. Okay, so thank you. I do have something I'm on. You won't be on camera if you come. It's all right. And, okay, thank you. She's giving me... I have a question, Mary, if you want to... about how far is, like, Pontchartrain from here? Okay, thank you. So, everybody in chat, Lake Pontchartrain, which is north of me, is less than a mile away. All right. So, I have a new seat to sit on because it's kind of wet. Thank you. Yeah. I'll be a little bit while longer. And let's see what chat's saying. Cyber Chick says, really, I didn't know about making powder with eggshells. Right. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that either. And Rulia says, I'm growing a little garden this spring along with my flowers. Oh, that's great. Really, I'd like to know what kind of flowers you have. That'd be interesting to know. And Amanda says eggshells are great to crush and feed the chickens for calcium to keep eggs shells hard. Well, thank you for sharing that with chat. I didn't know. I didn't think I knew that. No. Good to know. Cyber Chicks is good to know. And Way of the Road says hi, Mary. And yeah, good protein to Amanda. Wow, super close. Yes, it's super close. Yeah. We hear a bird tweeting. And also, so basically, I want to drink some water. And I'll somehow, let's see, I could put this down right here. And I'm going to drink some water. All right. Talking for a while. It's cold there, Alien. Is it cold there? Okay, so the question is, it cold here? So it depends on who you would ask, right? So somebody that lives in a climate where it's usually very, very warm, it's very like warm, I mean very cold, they wouldn't think this is really that cold. So it's to answer your question directly, because I'll add that part in a moment, that would be more logical. So it's cool weather right now. The weather is very cool. Depends if it breezes a little bit. It does that every so often right now. It'll be slightly coldish, but no, it's very cool weather. It's cool enough for me to wear this without being hot. And so, right, it's a little bit coolish. And as the night goes on, it'll get a little bit cooler and cooler. So, but basically somebody that lives where it's like snowing up north and the snow is like up to the sky, they wouldn't be, it probably would be like summer weather for them. But yeah, so it's coolish. And Rulia says, morning glories, all colors, marigold. She's talking about the flowers. Morning glories, all colors, marigolds, and I don't know what else. I already have a bunch of daffodil bulbs around the front yard. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. And also, so this is me, but more in the light. And also walking around a little bit. So basically, me in different angles. And also, this way, you could see me better this way. I'm going to have to moonwalk around. All right, so Amanda says, the humidity in the south makes it feel colder too. Thank you for mentioning that. That's true. Really puts a heart. That's cool. And also, I'm glad all of you are here to chill. I'm glad that you all came or are here to chill. Also, so basically, what happens with the weather here, the humidity here amplifies things. It's like, say, money amplifies people and different things amplify people. The humidity amplifies people. So basically, the weather is amplified by the humidity, because we're surrounded by water, as I said, and the humidity, it causes it to be amplified. The situation, it amplifies everything. And also, going to probably do some things in the yard, because we're in the garden, it's like we're live in the garden. So basically, as I was saying, so that is like the way to explain the weather, because of the humidity. It amplifies hot or cold weather. And also, Rulia's flowers sound excellent. I've grown marigolds before. Marigolds before. I may not be saying that correctly. You could, if I'm not pronouncing it right, you could correct me on that. But yeah, because those flowers are very good. You see, they can help protect the garden from snakes and insects and different things. It's a repellent, a natural repellent. So that's pretty cool about that. And also, we got some people. They'll do their thing around here like they usually do. They'll go and pop sometimes, and yeah. So, and this is where I am, kind of like back behind a tree right here. Make sure I don't trip over anything, right? And also, yeah. So right here is like in this tree. A story about this tree you see right behind me is I grew when I was a kid one time. Of course, I wasn't a kid twice. I was a kid one time, and then this tree was back here, right? So it was a tiny little bitty tree. So what I did was I there's the gentleman cutting the grass. Shout out to Walter. He was cutting the grass when I was like 13 or something, and I was in the field with him, and this was a little speck, a little tiny little tree, and I told him not to cut it, and I watched it get bigger and bigger and bigger, and look at it now. It was over a decade ago. Now it's up to the sky. So I remember when it was a little bitty tree. So that's pretty cool, the story about the tree. And let's see what chat's saying. Also, Garden Cast URL. And Rulia says, we have rattlesnakes here, but mostly in the Rockies and out in the real desert. Ah, okay. Over here we have rattlesnakes. And also, Way of the Road says, just moved out of the country and back into the barrio last week. Already been hearing the pops. Yeah, the war zone. Also, Easbiz W Planet Earth. Yeah, Planet Earth's a nice planet. Rulia, I don't know what type it is. I just know it's a rattlesnake because one time I saw it and it was rattling its tail at me, and it slithered off. So maybe someone brought it here. It got here somehow. I'll have to go look at what it looks like, and because I'm not too sure what type it is. Yeah, it's a good planet. Yeah, shout out to Earth. I like Earth. I like the nature and the environment. Obviously, I like that stuff. It's a nice planet. I always like being outside. Yeah, and also the trees and stuff are good for oxygen. The plants and stuff, all good for oxygen. And also, in the hurricanes, they'll come that way. They'll leave from that way, and they come through here. And I remember when Katrina was coming through. I've talked to you all about Katrina before. Some of you all remember, maybe all of you remember. So basically what happens is it's like when Katrina over there, that way, I saw this big dark black cloud. I'm like, okay, that doesn't look too nice. And the other hurricanes, I noticed they always come through there and they come this way. And also, recently when someone was looking at the house to repair some of the giant cracks in it, the guy was saying that the house was built probably around 1905. In 1905, it's a long time, over 100 years ago. So I knew it was old. It looks like if it's from the 18 or 1700s, it could pass for any time period. It's very old, and old stucco house. It's an old Spanish house. And also, you guys are already tornado season. The southern storm's already kicking up, and really says OMG. Oh, we get tornadoes here too. I think last year, the year before, there was a tornado that came through through this city of New Orleans right here. It came right through here, and it was near my area. But they all go through the same route. They go that way, kind of out where there's a lot of trees and stuff, because it's kind of in one of the abandoned-ish areas. They go right through there. Yeah, Way of the Road says, that was nuts, Alien. I remember those videos in the city, too. Yeah, no, that was wild. That was some wild stuff. I remember you were saying about that, yeah. And you know what I'm talking about. It was a crazy hurricane. Remember when we were leaving and going that way to Florida and stuff, I remember there was these dark clouds were coming over Alabama and the different parts when we were going through to different places. Yeah, it was really a really powerful storm. Tornadoes and hurricanes are terrifying to me. Oh, absolutely. And they're very evil. It's like an evil thing. And it does a lot of damage, and they always have these black, dark clouds. It's really cliche. And also, yeah, chat's funny. Yeah, so basically, with the hurricanes, I remember it's it'll shake the house. We'll shake the house. It'll shake everything. And also remember in the wind. The wind will whistle. The wind has whistlingness in it. And that's another thing about the hurricanes. They'll kind of whistle around. They'll have a lot of different wind and stuff in there. Now I'm in darkness. Let's see. right, this is the daikon. Yeah, I do agree, they're fascinating. Absolutely. And the daikon, they're all doing really good. Yeah, so Garden Live, the first Garden Live. Those are some other shrubby plants that grow. I cut the grass, it was good. Got all that done. And looking more about the tree, so this is the trunk of it. I remember this tree was very small, and that's a little doodle bug, a couple of them. Now it's very large. And Way of the Road says, well, I don't love the damage they do, but they're fascinating, Mother Nature. Way of the Road, I have to agree with you on that, about it being fascinating from that perspective, that Mother Nature is a fascinating thing, and that what those storms do, yeah, it is very fascinating. Thank you, Amanda. I'm glad that you like that. They really are beautiful, yes. And my favorite tree, I like hanging out under it, and I made sure I got some of the weeds that were growing under the tree, kind of like these plants that they're like hedges. These things that grow wild, they're kind of like hedges. I clear them back to here, so I can go back under the tree. Yeah, so all the different, this wildlife, because they say there's a lot of wildlife in a tree, and you can see, even in this tree, there's wildlife in here. And up there somewhere, you got some squirrels hanging out in there, and they have birds and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of wildlife in the trees and things. This is the elderberry tree. Right here. It's really big. It has gotten really tall. And those are some new sprouts of it as it's going up and up. This is further back. Yeah, thank you, Rulia. Now, this is, I've not been here in a while, so let's see, giving some context. So, yeah, this is some more of the woods I like. Okay, Cyber Chick, I'll definitely show you all that. So this is more of the backwoods that I have, and I intentionally have these plants here because I like them and I use them for movies and things. So way back in there, that is where that plant, that's where in the direction of the hole I dug, where I mined for clay and found different things. It's right that way. And there's the palm tree, right there, the wild palm tree. And I'll show you all the elderberry tree close up. Okay. And these things are really cool to use for different things like a stake in the ground. Now, when they're wet like this, they're useless. They're junk. But when they're dry or not wet, they're very good for holding up peppers and different things like that. So a good fishing pole or a staff or something, or an arrow, pretty cool. All right, so here it is close up. So this is a close up. It just bloomed after a long time of not being bloomed. Look at that little critter right there. He's chilling. So y'all are watching live nature firsthand. And also, so this is the elderberry tree close up. Right, and here's some more of the wood right here. There's some more wood. So that's the wood of the tree, and you see the younger version of the tree right here. It's still green, right? So as it grows, it'll get more brown looking. And we got a giant mosquito right there. Right there. They eat the little mosquitoes that try to suck your blood. Look at that one. That's a massive one. And so basically, as it rests on the elderberry leaf, that is what it does. And I wish I could grew a younger version of myself. Yeah, it is very huge. Yeah, so Mosquito, how you like being live on YouTube? So shout out to you, Mosquito. Thank you for all you do to get rid of your evil cousins. Yeah, so basically he is enjoying himself right now, sitting there and on this evening on YouTube while everybody watches him on the elderberry leaf, and he had a long day. And basically, and he says shout out the chat and everybody on YouTube, and he's glad to be alive. So yeah, he's having his moment of fame. And also, chat is saying, "Damn, that's a mosquito." And Amanda says, "That's crazy, alien. Oh, I'll be scared." Up a lazy river, yeah. Nice lyrics. All right, so basically this little critter right here, he or she, this mosquito does not bite and drink your blood. This mosquito eats the little mosquitoes that eat those tiny mosquitoes that are trying to fly around my face right now, that drink the blood and try to give you diseases and things. This mosquito eats them. So it's a good mosquito. Yeah, that's another one over there. They're all hanging out. Yeah. So shout out to the big mosquitoes, and that's one right there. He wants his fame. Hello. Yeah, shout out to the mosquito. Yeah. That's a nice close up. Yeah. Further in the jungle, we have this plant right here that just grows wild. And that's some pieces of sheet metal from that sheet metal was from an old office building that was over that way, that they used to use for their business and stuff before Katrina. Then it got messed up in Katrina. Now it was used for other things, like sitting there and taking up space that will be used for something probably in the future. So this is a vine that I just touched. That I've seen all the time. And yeah, so, but shout out to the vine. And then you got this thing right there, and the guy who did this, he like tore it. My grandpa's friend, he tore it by hand. He was angry. He seemed angry. He was taking down the office building and things, and they had to deconstruct it. Yeah. So, and look at this big stake right there. Look at that. Yeah. Shout out to Mary. And also, then you had, this thing right here, and you have that's a little doodle bug. Now, if you look they have doodle bugs like this under the ocean that are really big in the abyssal trench. But you see how massive these stakes are? Like, you could use that for stuff. Yeah, shout out to the possums. And then you have the gate right there. And look at those massive branches. All right. And look at this plant. It's just hanging out. And also, possums are cute. Yeah, so that is in that little corner. I have to get myself out of this. Look at all the different wildlife here. Yes, Amanda, that's the same thing as a roly-poly bug. These are little purple flowers. Look at that. See, that's the evil mosquito that wants to give me diseases and suck my blood right there. You see, that one, that's the bad one that gets eaten by the other ones. And this is a nice flower plant that just grows wildly here. I believe this is milkweed. I think, in my opinion, it's edible, but y'all would have to look that up to make sure, of course, before you would try that. Oh yeah, we have mosquitoes all the time down here. Remember when Disney showed Roly Poly Oly? Not sure about the spelling. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. See, look, that's another big branch. That's a big one that used to grow here. Yeah, oh, yeah. It's a lot like Florida. Right next door to it. This is massive. Mosquitoes, Louisiana state bird. Yeah, this is a massive vine right here. Oh, I hope that too. I hope a possum says hello. All right. And this is another stump. Oh, there's some more roly-polies for Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, it's edible. All right. This is a bunch of roly-polies, and they're eating the wood of this old tree. Yeah, you're watching this live. Yeah, so everybody, these are the roly-polies that are chilling, and they're eating the decayed tree that used to grow. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, plenty of wildlife. This is a tree. This tree is a descendant of this big tree. These are the famous wind chimes. And over here, you have this tree that's a little thing that's the descendant of the big tree. All right. And, oh, also, Mary, that's the daikon I grow. All right. Oh, this is a cool vine right here. So y'all don't have the doodle bugs. So y'all aren't too, yeah, so some of y'all don't have doodle bugs. I'm glad I showed you all the doodle bugs. So, yeah, they're very, very cool. Very cool. And, yeah, there's thousands of different bugs and stuff around. And it's like I have my own Animal Planet. You don't need to watch Animal Planet anymore. You got me. And also, we'll go over here. They have them in New York, but not in Utah. Okay. Well, I didn't know all that. Hello, no, $. Good to see you. Welcome. P1N. Good to see you. And Cyber says, Mary, aw, sweet little micro possum. Do you think it fell off of the mommy's back? And, well, so with the possums, they'll sometimes venture around and stuff and do their own little thing. And basically, but they always do pretty good. And they, have a lot of food and stuff, And so basically, we're going to talk about this right here. Remember, everybody, I told some of you about the elephant ear plants. These are the descendants of those plants. Right here. They're from South Asia. And now they're here. Also, yeah, they're all over. All kinds of different plants and things. Also, there's more elephant ear plants in here. They're just kind of in hiding. All he has seen is deadly spiders, scorpions, and centipedes. There's another one. Yeah, these are getting pretty big right here. There's a mosquito. He's happy. He's happy he's on camera. All right, now we're going to go over here. Sunflowers. It's like a horseshoe of sunflowers. A couple of weeks ago, I planted them. As I grow really massive ones. It looks like a possum may have eaten off it. Yeah, so basically I have a whole oasis of different things. Oh, I didn't know that it was a state flower. Well, that's good that you all have a lot of those. That's good. And also, I think that they're really great flowers. Okay, Mary, she says she has stuff she's doing. All right. I'm glad you came to tell us hello. Yeah, so basically, with the sunflowers, we have a lot of them. I'm one that grows them in this area. But it's not really known as like the state flower here, but that's really cool you have that there. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm going to go sit in the chair. I'm kind of like going back and forth. And just for a moment, I was showing everybody the garden. And so basically, that's the different parts of the yard and different parts of the garden. And Rulia says they're everywhere. The side of the highway, all the fields. I love them too. Well, that's great. That's awesome. It looks like we have, let's see. That's Bubbles' brother right there. Hello, Bubbles' brother. Yeah, so he's here. So you all saw one of the little kitties. That's awesome, Rulia. And we have fields in New Mexico, but people plant them. Rulia says, "Aw, yeah." Cyber Chick. Sparkles was brought inside, and he's in that area in one of the cat rooms. They thought it was best to bring him in if possible. They didn't really want them outside, so that was the one they were able to catch. But I'll make more shorts and stuff about him. He's pretty cool. They're on the way. People plant them and then get pissed when everyone comes and stomps on them for Instagram pictures. Way of the road, I was in the Law and Crime chat, and that's what they were saying. Once somebody was telling me that the exact same thing. If people don't like it when they do that. Rulia says, the seeds have gone everywhere. I don't remember how that happened here. Yeah, and also with the different, but Sparkles is doing great, and the different cats are doing good, doing great also, and also there's this other cat that was out there, not outside, but it was a cat inside, but now it's with my grandparents. It's a cat I named Firefox, like the browser Firefox, and then they named it Firebird also. So, and that cat's happy upstairs. Oh, also, so basically, I always was fascinated by the different types of the different plants. We have thousands of different plants just growing around. They always fascinate me. And the sunflowers I grow, they get really massive, really. You're welcome, Cyber. Thank you for viewing. I know you really like the shorts and different things I put up because I like when I hear the train. It's really cool and nostalgic, and I'm glad other people enjoy that too because that is what I like to see. And like we're live right now, like so, it's like a live short going on right now, and basically I like the talking about the St. Patrick's Day stuff with the leprechauns and stuff. It was pretty cool. And yeah, so basically, I'll show you all something something for Cyber and chat. Oh, I have to do this, then do that, and then do that. All right. Mint. All that's mint. Going all the way over there. Little doodle bug. Roly poly. Yeah, so shout out to the mint plants. And the elephant ear plants. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, chat. I'm glad that you all like that too. I love growing herbs. I'm gonna grow more herbs in that area specifically. And also with the different stupid mosquito, get off me. I have mosquito spray on, but I probably have to put more on. Yeah, so basically with the mint, I love putting, mint in tea, like I told you all. Mint is good for different sicknesses and stuff. My friend Nash that does detailing on, he has YouTube. He does detailing videos and stuff, and yeah, he loves to have mint tea. Yeah. So, and I love how he could grow different things. And I also want to tell you all that a sneak peek, a secret I'm going to reveal right now is that I am going to be growing even more stuff since I cleared more of the land. So I'm going to be plowing some more stuff. And there's going to be more updates for you all about the different things I'm going to be growing. So I'm excited about that because, it's nice having a big yard. You could grow all kinds of things. And that's why I like it the way it is. Because, I have the turnips in storage in the freezer, and I have different things I'm going to eat over time. And Amanda says my favorite green juice has mint in it. Yeah. And also, another thing, I'm going to show you all something else. Let's see. All right, so we're going to go over here, and we're going to, this is an ant pile. We're going to show you some of the clovers. All right, this is in the other area. All right, so now they're closed right now. These are the water clovers. They close up like this when it's nighttime. A lot of plants do. But those are the clovers, the water clovers. They're four-leafed. So a little bit of a St. Patrick's Day special right there. I do not see any possums or anything. No. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, and this is a shingle path. And there's tons and tons of these different. This thing's really cool. It looks like a hybrid between. It looks like a hybrid between a dandelion and some spiky plant, and it even has the same thing. A dandelion has the seeds, so that this is a real, like, a hybrid looking plant right here. And this is one of the Spanish flowers from Mexico, a Mexican flower. Yeah, so yeah, so I showed you all where the different, like, the clovers and things like that. So that's pretty cool, because I think that clovers and stuff, it was a good theme for the St. Patrick's Day situation. Hello, DJ. Great to see you. Yeah, great live action. Yeah. And also, so basically, with the different plants, you'll see different hybrid type plants, and I think the hybrid plants are really fascinating because, like, they could be a different species we have not seen. It could be all kinds of different things. So I think that's really cool that that's there. Was it created or something, or is it related to both of them? So that's really fascinating to see the different types of plants and stuff here. Yeah, it's live action, garden live action, definitely. Yeah, shout out to DJ. I'm glad you came to say hello, and I hope that you're having a good week. Yes, the live stream nature show. And also, and I will do more of the lives like this, the garden lives. That's very cool to do. I like doing the garden lives. And also, it's so cool to see the different stalks and things. And I think definitely, I've seen some leprechauns hop around in that little patch of water clovers. And all kinds of different clovers grow here. A variety of them grow in the region, in this part. So, one thing I was talking to some people about I was talking about crawfish earlier, but now sometimes we'll have things from here. Like, I'll tell you all another thing about the thing that happened with the raccoons. When I was a kid, there was a strange looking raccoon one time. And there was this raccoon that had a really long snout, and it was really brown looking. And I was talking to some people over in the Law and Crime chat, and they were like, my friend Kathy, shout out to her, she was saying it sounds like the Mexican raccoon. And with the Mexican raccoon, yeah, that fits the description. It has a name. It starts with a C. I don't quite recall what it's some Spanish word. It's so the Mexican raccoon is a nickname, and I wonder how it got here. If it was brought here by someone, or it migrated here, but I only saw one in 2008. And get my 3 wishes. Yeah. So I was doing that so I saw that, and that's what it was. So it could have been brought here or something, or it could have been, it was after Katrina, a couple of years after Katrina. And sometimes, there'll be things that come here through the boats. I've seen red-eyed tree frogs here before. There's a dangerous worm that's really long from Madagascar, which it hasn't done anything to me. But basically, it has some toxic neurotoxin in it, a really lethal one. And they got here because somebody at some point brought some plant that had, a long time ago, that had eggs of it in it. So I've seen it around here before. I've seen a couple of different things. There's the geckos here from Southeast Asia, because the city, New Orleans, is a port city, so everybody and everything came here and brought different stuff here. And you'll have rats that are really big here. So there's a lot of wildlife and different shrubbery and things. So it's very fascinating, and also with the weather, it's easy for things to grow. Yeah, because I was in my garden one time, and it was like, or I was walking around when it was kind of rainy like this, and I felt some slimy thing drip off my shorts, and I felt weird. And then I looked, and it was this crazy looking slimy long worm curled up on my thigh, and I knew it was probably kind of dangerous, But yeah, it didn't really phase me. I got it off, and I was okay. Now, also, I'll tell you all that my battery's getting kind of low, so I'm gonna have to end the stream now. It was a good stream. I'm glad you all came here to hang out with me. All right. So I'm gonna be ending it now, and thank you all for coming. All right.